Hello and welcome back to the History Diaries. This is the first podcast we've recorded in 2026 and I couldn't find a better guest. We meant to have Batch and Arthur, but they couldn't make it. So instead I've got my brother, Matt, another time.
Let's go. He's here another time.
Whoa.
Wow.
How are you? I haven't seen you even though we've been on a 3-hour train together.
And
how's that been?
We didn't talk the entire time.
We just sat in silence.
I sat and showed her a few YouTube videos, which she thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then
I had a nap.
She had a nap.
You had a bit of an allergic reaction.
I had an allergic reaction. We love our mother, but she
made some rocky roads.
She made a packed lunch for us, bless her, because
she's
London
canny.
prices. She's canny. She'd just get canny. She'd go crack, man. You know what I mean? She's just good. She's just a good lad. She's just a good cracking northern.
Okay, that's enough.
Anyway.
Right, anyway, so I had a tuna sandwich and then you told us off.
I said, Katie, that smells fucking minging. Please put that away. And I had a ham sandwich.
And then you had a rocky road that she made from scratch and you had an allergic reaction because you got a nut allergy.
And then I was geeking out. I was like, give us a sec. I'm going to the loo. And I just looked in the mirror and went, I'm going to die in London's King Cross. Fucking hell.
But here you are.
And here I am in the fellas.
Again.
Doing a history gossip.
Again. So let's have a little catch up, even though you've been in the same house as me for the past month. Yeah. How did you enjoy Christmas?
Christmas was good crack. Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome.
Been up to a few things, actually.
Yeah.
So I started off the holidays, went skiing. Didn't bring my wellies.
Didn't bring your wellies.
Didn't bring my wellies.
And this is your first time skiing and you've made it your whole personality and you're trying to make all of the family go skiing now, aren't you?
Yeah, I have basically, because it's sick.
You were sending loads of pictures in the family group chat being like, oh look, I'm skiing.
I was, but more importantly, I was sending pictures of myself because the lighting in the slopes really does me wonders. I don't know if it was the blonde hair or
the bleach
was
blonde
on great
hair.
point.
That looks like it's breaking off.
Well, I got it cut the other day and the man said, I'm going to be real with you. You've got a few dead ends. Do you want me to cut them off? He didn't even use the scissors. He got the fucking, like, what's it called? The clippers. And just went,
and it still looks shit and you paid 20 quid?
Yeah, I know. 20 quid. So, thanks.
Oh, do you want to, like, do a whole 360?
Yeah, so it's less yellow. What colour would we call this? Maybe a...
straw?
No, I would have gone, Starburst, the yellow Starburst, or even the packaging of Starburst.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that colour.
I know, but that's like a good colour. That's just like, I don't know.
Okay,
like,
just shit on my personality even more, Katie, while you're at it. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
Yeah, but we had a good Christmas. We played some board games. So basically, I got this board game from Waterstones and I was buzzing with it because I was looking at Monopoly. No, last year we got Cluedo and none of us could work out how to play it. The three of us, me, you and Matt. And we got confused after 10 minutes. Do you not remember that, Cluedo? No. You do, the murder mystery one.
Yeah, I know what Cluedo is, Katie.
We played it in the front room last year and we all couldn't work out how to play it, even though it's one of the simplest games, so we gave up after 10 minutes. So this year I was like, I'm gonna buy a Jane Austen game
because that's so much better. So
what we did, we sat around the kitchen table and you have like different points of, so I was Eliza Bennet, you were one of the other characters.
I was this geek cushy lass who just was about in the town in Georgian England.
And basically what you had to do, you had to either become a woman of independent mind and collect all of these coins to be independent, or you could marry a suitor. And I was like, this is the game for me. This is like really good.
For context, the manual which explained how to play the book was 36 pages long.
That's fine.
36 fucking pages long.
No, it's fine.
There was a QR code on the front page that led to a YouTube video on how to play the game, which was 15 minutes long.
Sorry.
So I was just
I liked it because I wanted to know who my suitor was and I wanted to go around the town.
I think you need to get out.
No, because the different sections were go for a stroll in the park, chat with one's friends, go to a ball, and I was like, this is mint. This is like Monopoly, but it's really good. But you wouldn't let me finish the game after like
Katie likes
half an hour. I think we played it for about an hour and you were like, can we please stop?
Yeah, Katie no, we didn't play it for an hour.
And I had like one Bailey, so I was like buzzed.
We read the manual for an hour and tried to watch the YouTube video. That's what we did for an hour. I think Katie liked it because she saw in the packaging you can go for a stroll with friends. Katie doesn't have friends. So she likes to, live this fantasy life.
I yearn for the George
through a £30 board game she got on Waterstones and went, friends, please. She didn't find them in the game. She found sadness and longing. and a bottle of Baileys.
I loved Bailey. I had a bottle of Baileys as well.
She
But apart from
did.
that, we had a good Christmas.
We had a
It was
good one. It was very chill. Katie got really boozed on New Year's.
I got really pissed. I've always had like a quiet New Year, and it was like me, you, and Mum. And usually when Mum gets drunk, she likes to put Robbie Williams on YouTube on the telly and like play it really loudly. But it was me and you that got really drunk.
It was
because you made me like chop red wine, and what else was it?
So I was meant to be going up to a friend of mine's house for like a bit of a Szechuan to get litty with it, see what the function was going on. Basically, I just ended up getting litty with Katie in the gaff, and I quite like wine. I quite like red wine. Just a nice taste, isn't it? It's like Vimto, but
yeah, we went to Tesco
cold.
and we thought,
What?
let's not get the £10 one. Let's get the £15 one.
on club card. On club card, mind.
Yeah.
So I was just like feeling like a bit of a legend. I poured out a glass of red wine for Katie and I just went chop it, mate. And she did. And I've got a video, and it's like a champagne flute. It's not even a wine glass. And it took her like 20 seconds to
chop it.
drink that wine. Yeah. It was pretty rough.
Not after that one glass.
And then this is where I got it wrong. I discovered a thing where I would mix like port and beer. So I would just pour like as if it was like, like dilute, like cordial, like Robinson's fruit juice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's purple, must taste the same. Beer tastes a bit funny. So I would just pour port into the beer and it tastes really good. It felt like, an IPA, maybe some would say, there was fruity notes. It wasn't alcoholism, it was beer. Some would say it's European. It's eloquently cultural. So anyway.
Right.
He got it really wrong and had a really bad hangover the next day.
Because
really
usually after a night out, I'll always make sure to have some toast and loads of water, and I'll do my skincare routine. I did manage to do my skincare routine, but I woke up. I've never been that hungover in my life, and I kept being sick all the time.
She was sick like 4 times. It was quite.
It was
funny.
really bad.
It was quite funny.
But do you have any New Year's resolutions? Don't you dare say keep being a legend. Please don't say that.
I was gonna say, stop being such a legend and just be the moment.
Just be the moment.
Yeah, live in the moment. That is my big thing this year, to appreciate life and the wonders of the world.
What does that mean?
In the moment, again and again, maybe another.
I feel like
time.
it should be like a study for your degree, because I feel like you've just not done that.
Yeah, I need to really lock in. I really need to lock in.
You're like halfway through your degree.
I haven't basically. I had my first summative due last term, and it was 50% of a module, and I just forgot to do it.
Matthew, that's really
So that's capped at
bad.
40%. I worked out now, like I need to average a 70.
You've never told us that.
Yeah, I know, because I knew I'd get in shit.
If people don't know what a summative is, an essay that counts towards your degree. And a formative is like a practice one. So that's 40%, 50% of a module, and you fucked it.
So it worked out to be 6% of my whole degree. But it's fine, because if I average is 73, I think, from now on, I'll be fine.
No, it's not.
So yeah. So basically, I've started TikTok because my uni career is fucked.
So basically,
and I'm not going to get a real job.
Breakdown last night. He was like, I don't know what to do with my career. I'm going to work in finance. And I was like, Matthew, you would absolutely hate that. You could not survive working like 12-hour shifts. I said, why don't you just create a TikTok? And then you've created a TikTok and you're like, can you repost this for us, Katie? Can you repost this, Katie? And then this morning, you made me film you do this like dance routine at the train station outside. And you're like, oh, this is mint this. And you kept watching it back and smiling at yourself. And then you're like, repost this for us. Go on.
It's got 850 views and counting.
And half of those are from friends that have found your TikTok.
Yep.
Through like Discover My
So guys,
contacts.
follow Matt another time
No,
on TikTok.
shut up. Stop using he's got one follower and it's me. It's so bad. But I do support you, but I don't condone like nepotism. So I'll only help you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gotta find my own way.
Okay.
That was a rendition of Find Your Own Way from...
I'm sad because last time you brought your DJ set on, and I was absolutely like pissing myself at your remix of Ketama and Green Sleeves.
Yep.
And you haven't even got that now. And I told you the night before, bring your laptop.
Because these things come to me, okay?
Yeah.
They take preparation, they take planning, they take a bit of inspiration from I'll be out on a walk, I'll see a leaf, and I'll go, leaf is green, green sleeves. shit, Ketema, you know, and then these epiphanies come to me in the same way, you know, maybe what's that guy called that Lord Byron wrote poems. I see my musical creations in nature. It's all around.
Okay, we're going to stop right there.
Thank you.
We're going to dive into some history now because you just keep talking out your ass. Okay, how did people keep warm in history? So how do we keep warm today? We've got a heated blanket from B&M and we love it. It's our favourite thing in the world.
Is that
I think it's from B&M.
Yeah, the dog eats it though.
The dog eats it.
Which is, yeah, great.
Which is not good.
But I know how people kept warm, Katie, because you forget we are Northern.
Oh, yeah.
And
cool.
It's cool.
Cool.
So me and Katie went to
Beamish.
Went to Beamish.
I mentioned Beamish on this podcast.
Because you don't have any much else personality, Katie. That's probably why.
Well, we went down the mines and that
we
was
went
amazing.
down. That was my first time down the mines, and it felt like a
was it? I went down
religious
in
experience.
Like year 2 for like a school trip. We went down.
You had a birthday party there.
I had a birthday party there in year 4. Year 4, I think.
It was before my time.
It was before your time, and it was amazing because we all went down the mines. Like most people would have birthday parties and like, you know, there's like play areas. The indoor ones.
Anywhere, you know, play area.
Yeah. But I was like, no, we're going down the mines.
I love history, man. I just fucking love it.
So basically, Beamish Museum is like this.
Museum.
It's a living museum. So they rebuild all the houses from the area. So they'll take houses that were built in the Victorian times, take them down brick by brick, and then rebuild them in this.
It's basically like it's like Disneyland, but
it's Disneyland, but
shit that Kate
working
would
class
like. You know what I
history.
mean?
And it's mint, and they've got an original mine, and you can go down this mine still, and you have to put like a hard hat helmet on, and you go down, and you have to crouch down, and they're like, "Oh, this is what happened in the mines." And then there's this machine called a Widowmaker, because if you used it,
I remember that.
Because we've been down. We only went down the other week. Basically, there's a machine called the Widowmaker, and if you used it, there was a chance your wife would become a widow because it was so dangerous. And then you go down the next section, and then they turn the lights off so it's pitch black, and they're like, "This is how people would have worked during this time."
Well, wasn't
and
that
then you have to
interesting?
use the It was interesting. Shut up, it was. And then you've got this lamp, and then it wasn't used for light. It was to show if there was is it carbon monoxide or something?
Methane or something.
Like some type of poison thing, because if it like flickered, it meant you're gonna get poisoned and die. And it was like, oh, it was pretty good.
God, that is really good. Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome. So that was my birthday party in year 4 as well. Was going down that mine with all of my friends with our little hard hat helmets on.
Yeah,
I mean, like, wow,
that's really good. Thanks for that, Katie.
What were your birthday parties?
I didn't really have many.
Did you know?
No, I think I had.
No,
I didn't go down the mines because I don't have like a weird like.
For context, the other girl in my class, her birthday party was going to a recording studio where McFly recorded their album, and we went there in a limousine and recorded a CD. I did a solo because I liked the attention, and I did Rachel Stevens. I forgot what it's called. Some Girls. I sang that song.
What is that?
Some girls always get what? I don't know. She was from like S Club, I think. Right. So I sang that, and then all the other girls sang like
some
Sugar
basic
Babes
bitch shit. Like they were saying Beyonce, like, but fuck that. I'm too edgy for that.
I did a solo, and I practiced for ages with my dad. Anyway, so that was other birthday.
Notice how she said with her dad and not with her friends.
No, like my dad would like listen to me as I was practicing the song, and then on the Saturday, I went and recorded that song. But anyway, that was.
Dad loved that.
Yeah, that was Eleanor's birthday party, and mine was going down the mine.
Shout out to Eleanor.
Shout out to Eleanor. Thank you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember. I had one at like a outdoor like a
Adventure Valley. Is that what it's called?
It was like a tree thing. It was like a tree, like you do some stuff up the trees. You're like, fuck. That's what I did. I've just always had a thing with nature, I guess. I quite like nature.
Right.
I've been actually watching a lot of David Attenborough recently.
This isn't a geography
really
podcast.
It's not geography. It's, some would say, natural science. Maybe that's what my niche could be. I could be like.
No, we decided that your niche was cooking.
No, your
niche what
cooking in nature.
We sat down last night and we said, right, your niche is.
We've planned my career.
We've planned his career.
Yes.
We said like it's gonna be cooking. You're gonna be.
It's all genuine. I have a real love for this.
You actually can cook really well, and then you try and make a texture. You're like, hey, this is actually really hard. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then you didn't actually upload anything in the end. Anyway, so how did people keep warm in history. I'm trying to like bring it back, and this is hard. Okay, so we've got a heated blanket.
So I don't think
know how.
that
Oh, we went to
Tudors-
coal, right? So coal. We've got coal and heated blankets.
Yep.
Mint. Okay.
Cool. So yeah,
heated blanket.
fire, dogs, lap dogs.
Lap dogs.
So we've got a lap. We've
got a little King
lap
Charles
dog.
Spaniel,
And shit.
I love. We call her M Dog because her name's Millie and she's a
It's
dog. So M Dog.
It's like edgy. She's like, yo, what's that M Dog? What are you telling me?
So I love M Dog, and basically the whole point of her existence was so King Charles, the OG King Charles, loved these dogs. Absolutely loved these dogs, and the whole point of them was to keep your feet warm on your bed. So like at the edge of the bed, they would just sleep there and keep your feet warm, keep your tootsies warm. Millie doesn't do that because every time she's being put on the bed, she has a wee.
She pisses
And
herself.
every single time we put her on the bed, she just looks at you dead in the eyes and she pisses herself.
She goes, watch this, mate.
Watch this, mate. So
she's been enjoying the snow though recently, hasn't she?
She's been enjoying the snow.
Been taking her out for walks.
Oh, she loves the snow.
And she's like, what the fuck is this? She's like, this is
she's only one, so she's never seen
crazy.
snow before. Because there's one type of heating that was very popular with the Tudors.
Yep.
Do you know what it was?
Was that?
Apart from lapdog. Well, lapdogs were
Was
a
it
bit after.
instead they just do a little dance, keep warm,
Keep
get
warm.
the fitness up, or was it like?
So
I don't know.
A brassiere?
Brassiere, Katie. What do you think this is? This is a intellectual podcast. We don't talk about brassieres in here.
So this is a large ball on legs that could be moved around. So they would be stood in the centre of a room with a low charcoal fire burning inside, with the idea that it's like heat would fill the
Okay,
room.
so what I'm thinking, this seems like, you know, in maybe 2018,
it's like a portable heater,
you know, in
really.
2018 when there was those fire pits were a trend. So I'm
like the Love Island ones.
Yeah, it's like that, but in the Tudor times.
Yeah.
So Henry
I feel
VIII
that's
would
such
be
a
like,
good idea. Like, you know, this reminds me of when I had a student house with a friend, and basically she didn't want to turn the heating on.
ooh,
But, I don't forget this. This was quite a while ago as well. She didn't want to turn the heating
Shots are being
on. However,
fired.
she would have 5 space heaters in her room and thought, oh, that's not going to cost us more than putting the heating on. So I feel like she should have just used this brassiere thing instead of five space heaters in your room as a piss take, and then telling me off for putting the heating on for 10 minutes.
can you tell that Katie doesn't speak to this person?
No, I don't.
I had a similar incident this term. I don't think my housemates are particularly fond of me because
Do you know why they're not fond of you? Can I tell a little story? So basically, he's part of the rugby society, and it's his whole personality, if you couldn't tell by his like demeanor. So they had this like charity event, and what they wanted to do, no, you know what I'm going to say. So basically, Matthew shares a bathroom in the uni house without like everyone else does, and he decided to invite all of the rugby team along and fill up that bath with ice, and they take it in turn, 15 of them, to have an ice bath.
like,
Matthew decided to go in last because it wouldn't be as cold. But after that event, the
Making money
bathroom
moves.
was fucking soaking, wet towels everywhere. And his flatmates were like, what's going on? Why is the bathroom soaking wet? And Matthew was like, oh, they're just like kicking off of this for like no reason. And I don't know why.
That is not what
Why
happened.
do you
'cause
think they kicked off?
They didn't kick off. They were very nice. I warned them in advance. I said, guys, look, is it all right if we do a bit of a charity thing in the bathroom? If you say no, you hate charity, you're evil. They were like, yeah, it's fine. So all the boys came. They were queuing. There was a queue going down the stairs. Filled it with ice. It was for charity. It's fine. And each of us did like a minute ice bath. And then, yeah, granted, there was a big puddle of water in the bathroom afterwards and like weird stains in the bath, but that's fine. It's for charity, okay? Like, we share this world with people. Let's think about that more. Let's think about that when we speak to people, yeah?
I would have
Anyway.
hated having you as a housemate
It's fine.
in a uni.
One time, actually,
Go on.
just again this term, I was pretty boozed after a night out.
Do you
and
put the heating on?
No.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
was-
can't imagine you do.
I fell asleep in the bathtub singing, I think, Katy Perry songs. And one of them, so my housemate that lives next, like, is in the room next to me, came in and was like, can you please shut the fuck up?
I
And
don't
it was
blame them.
4:30 in the morning. And I just had Katy Perry playing on my phone while I was asleep in the bathtub. And then I woke up and was like, what's going on? And then, yeah, the rest is history.
But we've got other ideas of portable heaters that you might be able to want to use because these are too tight to put the heating on in your uni flat. Is this fire pan on wheels?
That sounds safe.
And that was used at the christening of King Edward VI in October 1537.
What?
Basically, it was a fire pan on wheels that was positioned close to the infant to keep him warm during the christening ceremony. I mean, there's no like babies in the house, but like, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's a good idea. A fire pan on wheels. I don't.
And
think
when
it's
was
very, like,
King Edward? That was like 20th
1537.
century.
No, this is like Henry VIII.
Other Edward. Oh, the little Jezzy Edward.
Yeah.
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 The one that died.
Yeah, the
A
one that
bit of
died.
a waste of fuel, wasn't it? Died like 2 years later.
No, he didn't. He
Shame.
died at like 16 or something.
Same thing.
15. Right. Okay.
Must have been pretty peak. Like, he never got the chance to try whippets or like get on the Szechuan and spoons.
Nah.
He was 16. Fuck.
16.
Bless him.
We could go back to the Romans. How do you think the Romans kept one? Because you
Well,
know
I know
what? I
this
feel
one.
really sorry for the Romans because they come from Italy, they're having
were
a good
in
time, and then they go to like Northumberland, like Hadrian's Wall, and they're like, what the fuck? Anyway, I digress because the point being is that you come from Italy having a nice time eating grapes on a chaise
No,
longue.
this isn't
And then you
right.
go all the way right. I'm not even having this.
this is true.
This isn't a geography podcast. And they go to Hexham, Hadrian's Wall, on the border of Scotland. Like, what the fuck is this? Why is it pissing it down? And why is it Celts in like blue paint screaming at us with no tops on? Like, what's going on? So how do you think they kept warm?
I think there probably is. Well, I know this because I did history, didn't I? I studied history. So they had underfloor heating, and
They did, yeah.
they'd have the little lads go down and basically keep the floor nice and warm on the tootsies. And hot air rises, doesn't it?
Hot air does rise.
Not just a pretty face. So it keeps them the gaff nice and warm.
Yeah.
And then they left.
So that was known as a hypercaust, and that is underfloor heating system. So underneath the floor of the house would be a large furnace. The yeah,
That is a pretty
Fire
cool
servants
nickname, though, to be fair.
would pass masses of wood to keep it blazing hot, and then it would go through the floor.
Imagine
I think that's really nice. to have
putting
heated.
On your LinkedIn, I'm a fire servant. Does that mean you're a really lang servant? Or does that mean you serve fire?
I guess
Anyway.
that's what you put in the job
Description
bit on
bit.
LinkedIn. Yeah, I like that. I think that's really good.
Thanks.
Thanks. But I suppose that would be quite costly. But if you've got shitloads of money and you're like the second in command to the Roman emperor or whatever,
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm what?
no bother.
Yeah.
Just get the Celts to do it for us and stuff.
Can you imagine
No.
a Roman trying to speak to a Celt? What would you say?
Hey, you all right?
You'd be like,
Hello.
they're just, the first time they ever met, probably, they like looked at each other being like,
What's going
so
on?
what do we do now? Yeah.
There's a really interesting, like, one of the earliest, I think one of the first letters written by a woman in Latin was written in near Hadrian's Wall, because it's a Roman army general's wife, and it's a birthday invitation
Yeah.
to a sister-in-law or a cousin. But you can still see it in a museum, in the British Museum.
Well, another
Quite
thing
cool.
for the Romans is there's this Roman guy, this little lad, little Ute. He was in school and he used to draw. Actually, might not have been Roman. No, he's Greek. It was what the really like proper laddie Greeks called, the Spartans.
Yeah.
He was like a Spartan kid, and when he was in school, he used to draw like graffiti into his like tablet notepad thing. But it was made out of wood, so you literally have to carve like this shit in. And one of them is of him like killing a beast, and then his dad like being a legend, and how he's gonna like kill his teacher, and that's still around today.
It's actually.
Yeah, that is a real thing. I can't remember
Where's
his name,
that?
but it's like a thing. I don't know. I just read it somewhere.
You saw it on TikTok.
No, I actually didn't see it on TikTok. I actually
see it on
did read it.
Facebook
No,
articles.
I don't use Facebook. I'm not your age.
Okay.
So
Nice.
there you go.
Wow.
Contributed something.
Get in.
Get in. Get up, mush.
So speaking of the cold,
Yep.
you were skiing. We've just touched upon that, and you've just told us that before that you were drinking a bottle of whiskey a night,
Well,
and then
it was
you go and
shared. It was shared.
Uh-huh.
Don't have an issue. Just a legend. So me and my friend, good friend of mine, shout out to Caddy. So me and Caddy flew together, and we had a thing for whiskey, and I got a bottle of whiskey in duty free because I quite like the taste of it. It's very mellow, very rounded on the palate, some would say. Goes well with wine, whiskey and wine, as Don McLean would say. American Pie, thank you. So we got a bottle of whiskey duty free, and it was a Leah of Johnny Walker, young fella. And that's Irish for Johnny Walker, young fella. And on the first night, we finished the entire litre bottle of whiskey. So then it became a thing that every night we went down to Le Supermarché. Speak a little bit of French. No, I don't speak. Anyway, went down there, got a bottle of whiskey, and we'd have it, and it was great. And it just became a thing. What was the question again?
No, because you just end up talking shit about yourself. Yeah, because we were going to talk about drinking games.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Because we were talking about the cold. So I was like, skiing, drinking games.
So we did. I also paid €20 for a vodka lemonade Coke.
Shut up, a single?
Yeah.
Shut off.
A vodka Red Bull, I think. And he was like, well, this is how it is in France. And I was like, you're a
you.
So
Anyway, so we've got a historic drinking game from China, and it's called either Dueling or Jowling. I have no idea how to pronounce this. And it it's like a drinking game to maintain order at parties. So instead of cards, players would draw lots from a silver container. So it's sort of like a dirty pint, maybe. I have no idea. So each lot came inscribed with instructions, ordering different people at the table, ranging from the youngest to the most talkative to the highest ranking official, to imbibe. And imbibe means to drink lots of alcohol. So I feel like it's basically just a drinking game at uni to get people more drunk.
that is usually the purpose of drinking games, Katie.
Fuck, I don't think about it. I know, but like back in the olden days, you think they'd be like...
They'd be like, how art thou? Do you want to get lit?
Yeah. So like it's like sitting in a large group being bossed around by a social sec, but you're a social sec, aren't you?
Yeah. So yeah, but that's the whole purpose of tomfoolery, isn't it? It's to be a bit. I don't know.
So what rules do you have in your?
Well, there's like the cringy old standard drinking rules, which are like Buffalo, you can't drink out of your right hand. There's more niche ones like protect your wicket, where you can't. When you hold a cup, you have to do this, and then if you don't, you tap it on the bottom and go, "How's that?" And then you have to drink it. There's like weird ones that you can't. So like you can't say drink, you'd have to say de-rink or stuff like that. There's quite a funny one which I found out about the other week from a mate, which was like whenever you say like major or general, like an army term, you would go like so say I said like majorly, I go, oh well, that is majorly, and then salute. Anyway.
But with this drinking game, there was like several like people who overruled it to make sure that it didn't go out of hand, and people who were too rude or rowdy were given penalties, but the penalties were to drink more.
Just like fines.
Yeah.
So you go chop it fresh.
Chop it fresh. Yeah.
Speaking of which, last time I was on here, my freshers found this, and
they played it in the uni house on the telly, didn't they?
They were sat at the telly watching it, drinking, and just sending the videos.
No, but I bet you loved the ego boost. You actually did. You were sending them to me, be like,
no, I wasn't. It was not intended in that way. I'm just sick. It was more like, oh goodness me.
So basically, in China's golden age, there's a story of this 9th century drinker who committed several party fouls and was sentenced to 12 penalty cups. So when he couldn't drink anymore, he left the game. And this final act was yet one more infraction of the fraternity of the goblet has little sympathy for such cowardice, which would result in not being invited to future games.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah, I know. Do you think you would like love playing one of those?
The game.
Yeah, the game. It's basically a uni like.
It's just like drink, otherwise.
And then you've got the ancient Greek one where they like throw shit at a disc.
That sounds quite intriguing.
Yeah, I asked my producer, can we like play these games? Because she researched them, and I was like, oh, can we like reenact them? And she was like, no, because one of them's throwing shit at a disc.
And I was like, the cup at your face?
No.
What
if I did that?
Just get that on repeat. Make a reel of that.
I feel like I've talked enough at you, and now I have to sit on a train for 3 hours and not speak to you again.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Have you got any final words?
I didn't bring my headphones, so I'm really not looking forward to the next 3 hours.
I've brought a book. You're dyslexic.
Great, I'm dyslexic, and I don't like reading. The book that you brought in question is the one that I got you for Christmas.
No, it's not.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It's Brideshead Revisited. Basically, Matthew got me a book for Christmas, and he bought me and my mum and dad a book, and he said, I've bought you all a book because they remind me of like personality traits that each of you have.
Very thoughtful, some would say.
So Dad got War of the Worlds because he's into science and he's sneaky science fiction. Mum got Alice in Wonderland.
Because she likes bright colours and things like that.
Okay. And I got The Picture of Dorian Gray because he thinks I'm vain.
Because she is vain.
Something.
And I got
What did you
some
get?
ties and
I got you a tie and a cap that you wore on the train.
yeah, very nice cap. Thank you. Love that brand.
Okay.
Final words. Just follow Man All the Time on TikTok.
I'm going to stop it right there. You're just using this to promote yourself. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The History Diaries. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at The History Diaries. Tune in every Thursday at 5. Thanks for watching. Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Geets up, mush.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Bye.